Now recognize the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Griffith. Oh, that would be me for his time of questioning. So a lot of times I don't ask questions or I don't say anything, but every now and then I get wound up. And unfortunately, this bill's got me a little wound up. We heard earlier that there was a question, will critical minerals be mined immediately under this bill? The answer is obviously no, because it takes a long time to get a mine set up, if you understand mining. Isn't that correct?
Average in the United States, 29 years.
Yeah. Now, we hope to shorten that a little bit, but it takes a while to get a mine set up of any type. And so if you pass a bill today to make it easier, it's not going to happen immediately. Then we heard that utility bills have gone up 13% since Trump has taken office. It's been a little over 12 months. Let me tell you how utility bills go up. And it's not, you can't look at the first 12 months. What you have to do is you go back in time. I was elected on a pro-coal platform because of electric bills. My district, the region that I represent, in the 1990s was the third lowest electric bills in the country because they relied on coal. Now, I know this isn't the coal bill, but it got me stirred up. They relied on coal to do their electricity. Then all of a sudden we came in with Barack Obama's war on coal. Prices had been going up a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, it made it harder to mine the coal. It made it harder to use the coal in electric generation. And guess what? We have some of the higher coal prices, or some of the higher electric prices today. And part of that reason is that all the companies that used to rely on coal are rapidly transitioning over, as policy dictates, to other sources. Now, natural gas at this moment is cheaper because of fracking. When I was first elected, everybody, in fact, one of my power companies was building a facility to bring in natural gas imports. And then suddenly, horizontal drilling and fracking came about, and the price of natural gas dropped precipitously. That is a competitor to coal, but depending on the month, coal can compete and will compete. Furthermore, we have taken our coal-fired power plants and we've made it difficult for them to continue to operate, and companies don't want to reinvest in upgrading those plants because they're afraid that somebody will come along, whether it be the state or federal legislation or federal executive orders, and tell them they have to shut down. So when people start saying utility bills have risen 13% since Trump took office, you have to look back in time. Now, I'm not saying you have to look back 29 years, but you have to look back in time. This is not a result of Trump policies. This is a result of Green New Deal policies. This is a result of the war on coal. This is a result of the war on fossil fuels and stranding assets. When you take a facility that was cut the ribbon on it, I was there in 2012 when the ribbon was cut, supposed to have a 50-year life expectancy, and the state legislature's trying to shut them down well before the 50 years is up. Those folks have to then reinvest in new things, and maybe it's a good thing, but they have to reinvest in something like, offshore wind. It's exactly what they did. And guess what the ratepayer gets to do? They get to pay for the old facility and the new facility, and then they want to blame that on Republicans who fought against these policies? I can't sit here and let that happen. I've got to bring it out. Did I say anything that you disagree with, Mr. Chairman?
Chair Griffith, I appreciate your comments. I do want to talk about something that I think was...
All right, let me give you that in a second. Do you disagree with anything that I said?
don't.
All right. Now, is there something else you'd like to say?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to correct the record, if I may. This does nothing to the NEPA regulations. It does nothing to affect the Clean Water Act. It does nothing to negatively affect the Clean Air Act, and nothing to the Endangered Species Act. These are four critical pieces during the permitting process that both the state and the federal look at. So this legislation doesn't diminish any of that whatsoever.
And I would have to agree with you on that and say to you that, you know, people who say that we want to use fossil fuels or critical minerals and we want to mine those and that somehow we're against the environment is just wrong. One of the most thrilling things that's happened to me in the last few months is I got to see an Andean condor. You know, we care about the environment, but just like Ms. Ledger-Fernandez said, we may disagree on how to get there, but you can do some regulations like NEPA and Endangered Species Act and so forth and continue to create jobs through mining, whether it be critical minerals or what we mine in my district is coal, and we do have natural gas. We have coal bed methane. Yeah. We've actually been fracking in my district for about 50 years. It just wasn't horizontal fracking in the coal beds. So, you know, and these are good jobs, and unfortunately, when the war on coal started, they killed those jobs. There weren't other jobs there. They didn't get any new jobs in the clean energy fields. Everybody kept promising they could have new jobs. Well, I got to tell you something. You take a coal mining job paying more than $100,000 a year, and you say, well, we're going to get you another job working at the Family Dollar. There's nothing wrong with working at the Family Dollar, but it doesn't pay what it pays in the mining industry. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I got to tell you that my good friend from New Mexico has the luxury of having two major industries, oil and gas and mining. All I'm asking is, let us mine. Let my constituents make $135,000 a year. Why can't my constituents have that? Good paying jobs.
I'm going to vote for this bill, and I'm going to vote for this rule, and I appreciate it because I want your constituents and my constituents to have the ability to have good jobs in the mining industry. And with that, I yield back and now recognize Mr. Jack, the gentleman from Georgia.
I have no questions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. I see with my tirade, I ran everybody else off. Oh, I didn't see Ralph sitting there. He's hiding. I apologize. Mr. Norman.
Thank you.